In today's video, I built my very own Bloxburg bakery. Hey glossettes, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? As you heard in the intro, today I'm going to be making my very own bakery in Bloxburg. However, this video gets even more exciting than that because this marks the return of an old series of mine called GLOSSIES. GLOSSIES was like this city building series I did in 2023 that I actually never finished due to some issues I had that I will yap about a bit later, but I have finally decided to bring this series back. So over the next few months, I will be building a bunch of different buildings in this huge city plot here. We even have our very own glossy wood sign, of course. But anyways, let's get on to the plans for the bakery. So we have a bunch of different kind of store units in this build, and as you can see, I've actually already kind of planned out the floor plan for everything. And the unit we're going to be building in today for the bakery is this one here. In terms of the floor plan, so the floor plan is going to have kind of like a big counter over here with lots of kind of food displayed, and then at the back here we are going to have a baking area, so like a mini kitchen and stuff. And then at the front here, I think if we can, we're going to squeeze in some seats, but it's a very kind of small bakery. I really want to make this pretty realistic and have kind of like a lot of food items in this. And I haven't actually got really any specific ideas in my head for this, but I really want the front to look very cute, like a stereotypical little kind of cute bakery front with windows and this awning thing over the top as well. And I want to have some tables outside, maybe some baskets of bread and like flowers up the bowl. I don't know, just some nice decorations. Then for the inside, I haven't really planned this either, but we do have this big gap in the wall for some sort of door in the kitchen that I might move at one point. And then for the countertop, of course, we're gonna have kind of like a glass case full of cakes and things, maybe a custom one because I want it to be quite square. And then I also want a chalkboard style menu at the back too, but that's pretty much all the ideas I came up with. I didn't plan much out for this, so we are just gonna wing it, I guess. But what I'm gonna do quickly is just start adding in like the floor and stuff like that and the windows and stuff in a second. But yeah, the reason why I discontinued this series in the first place, we did I think 8 videos on it. Like I built like a record store, a pet store, and a pizza restaurant, Gloopy Juice, the smoothie store, Gliggle, the stationery store. Like we did quite a lot, but then I stopped the series because basically what happened is, if you've watched my videos before, you will know I am a pretty detailed builder. I use a lot of basic shapes, and especially for the stores when I had kind of like products on sale on the shelf, I used a lot of kind of small parts in the game. And what actually happened is I ran out of plot data when we weren't even halfway through the series, so I had no choice but to stop it because I physically couldn't do any more on the plot. However, this time what I'm gonna do is just try and not use kind of like as many items. Like for this GLOSSIES, we're not really gonna have like a pet store or kind of stores that have a lot of stuff on the shelves, and when we do, I'm just gonna have to try and not use a bunch of different stuff. Okay, I need to work out a cute door for this. I really wish they'd make a new version of this door with a window in the front, but have it more in the style of like the taller doors, I guess, like a bigger version of it, because I really want like a bigger window. I'll put a picture on screen. I found this reference image and it has kind of a similar door, so I wish they'd make something more like that because I have no idea what door to use right now. Or what we could do is, so we can have kind of like a dip in the wall where the door is, I could extend kind of like the window areas out with a basic shape and have custom windows, and then it just makes the build look a bit more detailed. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean. So if these were the walls either side like this, we then have like a dip in the wall, then whatever door we have, it just kind of looks more in, if that makes sense. But yeah, pretty much I had to discontinue the series because there was like nothing else I could do with the plot, but it was something that people ask about all the time, and I feel like it was such a good series kind of idea. Oh, this is kind of cute. So I really wanted to bring it back, and I finally gave in, and now we're here. So now hopefully I'm gonna actually manage to fill all of this, which I'm hoping I will. I feel like I'm just gonna have to chill out on the detail a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out a way to kind of do these windows but have it kind of sticking out further. Anyways, hi guys, how are you all doing? I feel like I've not done a building video in ages, but I did one like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I don't know. I'm not posting a bunch at the minute because I've been pretty busy. I was really busy with my merch release, my in real life merch release, which might be off sale when I'm posting this. Actually, I was about to promote it, but then I don't even know if it's going to be on sale still. So if it's past March 8th, then the merch isn't on sale anymore. But basically, I released my first ever kind of in real life merch launch, which was insane, which was such a big deal to me. It went pretty well, But yeah, I feel like videos kind of took a bit of a hit because I've been so busy, but I'm getting back to posting, and I'm going to be posting maybe some dress to impress again. I don't know, I might put that on a second channel. I'm honestly not sure at this point, but yeah, I'm hoping this year I will have a pretty consistent upload schedule. But then again, it is me and I'm terrible at organization, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. But yeah, what I'm trying to do right now is just try and extend the front a little bit so we can have kind of like windows kind of sticking out, and then also the door thing I was talking about. Also, when I'm filming this, I got back from the opticians from Specsavers like half an hour ago, and guys, I need glasses. I thought I'd managed to escape kind of like the bad eyesight gene in my family, but I have not, because apparently I have astigmatism in my eye, which to be fair, I kind of expected because my eyes have kind of been like sore at the moment. So I was kind of expecting them to say something like that, but yeah, I need glasses. I'm getting these kind of cute clear ones, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm not used to seeing myself with glasses on. Well, obviously, because I don't have glasses. Both of my parents have really bad eyesight. Like both of them kind of got glasses when they were like 16 or something. And I'm 20. I'm 21 this year, so I kind of escaped it for like 5 years or something. Like I genuinely didn't think I'd ever need glasses, but considering my job is to kind of sit and stare at a PC screen all day, it was gonna catch up to me eventually. But this is looking pretty cute, this kind of like archway, because we could have like a little sign kind of on here, which I think would be kind of cute. You know what I think Bloxburg should add? I really want them to add, like, what are they called? They're like saloon doors, because they would be so cute. I feel like that would be a cool thing to add maybe in the summer. And the reason I'm thinking about saloon kind of cowboy doors is because this bakery near where I live, they obviously have like a kitchen in the back and they have saloon doors kind of leading into it, and I just think it's so cute. We're gonna add these here. Do I add one in the middle, like all the way across? I don't know, maybe just on top of the windows. And then what I'm gonna do is just add kind of like small details on the outside with some structurals, just so we can have like pretty lines, just kind of like this, little details, because I think we'll probably make this like wood or something, I don't know. But I just really want to make sure everything in the city looks quite neat. We need to add some windows in as well, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna work on the counter, because I'm really wondering how on earth I'm gonna make a food kind of display, because let me find the existing ones. So far in the game, we have this commercial counter display case, which is kind of like a little one that you just place on top of a counter, but then we also have this giant thing, but I don't want to use either of these. Maybe this one, like somewhere is like a smaller display, maybe at the back wall, but for the big main one, I don't want to use this because I don't really like how it looks, to be honest. I want like a square one. So what we might have to do is make our own out of kind of like a clear basic shape, but then it's not going to be very functional. I don't know what the word is, functional. Maybe I will have to just use this one. I don't know. What I'm going to do first though is just try and make my own. Let's sort this kind of doorway out as well. I'm just gonna add a full wall, and maybe we should just have like a door like this. I feel like this is kind of square and modern. It fits quite well. I have been wanting a bakery update in Bloxburg for literally years. Like I want a food mixer so bad. We're actually gonna make one when we make kind of like the baking area. But yeah, a food mixer is one thing that I've been so desperate for. I will continue to tweet about it until they eventually add it to the game. I'm just trying to make like a menu board, by the way, because I think it's gonna be a decal. But yeah, imagine if we had like a chef's hat, like little piping bags, more utensils, like a mixing bowl would be so cute. So I've been quickly working on kind of like the color scheme for the outside, and I think I've decided that the wood kind of everywhere looks better than the pink. I did ask my Discord server and you guys voted the same. So this is what the outside looks like for now. I can't even remember what I was filming the last kind of clip I did. Oh wait, the tables. Okay, so what I did after I stopped filming is I also made these little kind of outdoor tables just with 2 basic shaped cylinders for kind of the top, and then these bits down here are, oh my gosh, there's a gap. Anyways, these bits for the legs are like structural pieces, so that is kind of how I made those if you're interested. I did color everything, but I don't think I'm gonna keep everything these colors. This is just kind of a starting point. And then I also added shelves behind the windows so that from the outside we can kind of display different kind of cakes and pastries. And then these 2 kind of cylinders here are meant to kind of be the baskets, so I think I'm gonna make some baskets to have bread loaves in outside. I don't know yet. We actually do have quite a lot lot of room at the front. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough space for tables, but what I think I'm going to do is add some little kind of booths or something, but I feel like these ones are too big. Wait, hang on a second. What we could use is the smaller version and have like little booths here for people to sit at. I'm thinking for the walls, we add kind of like some nice basic shape images. I don't know. I feel like this needs something. This needs a cool detail. What we could do is try and kind of ice the walls and the counter to look like a cake, like with kind of like the piping effect, I guess, and maybe add some sprinkles. However, that would take up quite a lot of plot data. If you saw my Christmas gingerbread house, I did the kind of same icing effect on the sides of the house, and oh my goodness, that was so expensive. So if we do that, I think we should only kind of do it on the counter to kind of save space. Oh no, or what we could do actually is, I saw a TikTok, I think someone sent it in my Discord server. Let me find the pillow. So if you grab a circular, well, basic round pillow, if we make this kind of round like this costs $157. So this is what it would cost if we used pillows. However, I use spheres to make the icing effect in my gingerbread house, and if I make them the same size, I'm guessing the pillow is going to be cheaper. That's kind of roughly the same size. So yeah, that would be $369. So what we could do is use that effect, but we're going to have to use pillows for it. But yeah, if you place kind of round spheres or pillows next to each other, you just kind of get this like little icing effect like this. I don't know what we could do for the walls though. Maybe we could go for the sprinkle kind of look. And then, oh my gosh, we need a name for this store. Okay, I have no idea what bakery name I could use, but what we could do is have like a big sign on the wall here. But yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is just sit here and kind of add all of these pillows now. And this is like 3 times cheaper than if we were gonna do it out of basic shapes. I'm assuming it's also less plot data, because what they usually do in bloxburg, the items that take up the most plot data, they make more expensive, so you kind of use less of them, because obviously every single time you add a part into Roblox, so for example this pillow is kind of like an individual part, it lags the game more, which is of course why they have to have plot data in the first place. So I'm guessing the pillows kind of use less of it if they're cheaper. I don't know, honestly. Maybe they're just not expecting us to use like 100 pillows on a plot. Maybe the countertop could be white as well then. Hang on, wait a second. What I could do is use the wood from the outside as the countertop, not top, the kind of base thing here, and then the top of it can be white, and then it kind of looks like sponge cake. Like the wood could be used as sponge cake. And what we could also do is then we could add like a strip of pink around the middle of this, and this could be like filling of the cake. Do you get kind of like the vision? So it's clearly a wooden counter, but it also looks like a cake because it's a bakery. I think this is pretty cute. And then because we don't have like a completely pink counter, we could also then make this pink as well to add more pink in here. Also, I love how I was saying that I was gonna make sure I use less basic shapes in all of these builds so I don't hit the plot data limit on this plot. Yet the entire front of this is basic shapes, and the tables are basic shapes, the shelves are basic shapes, the counters basic shapes, and now I'm placing down like 50 million pillows. So we'll see how this goes. I may have to come back and simplify a few builds at one point. So I finished off all the icing on the cake counter, which took far too long, and after that I kind of just moved on to finishing off some other things. I made this wooden bench along the back instead of having the counter kind of going all the way around, and I think it looks really cute. And a little hack for you guys on kind of how to detail like table legs and shelves is using these little wall details from the decorations tab. I think it looks really cute. The fancy bookend also works really well for this, but you do have to transform it with a basic shape on the bottom as it's not a wall item. But yeah, I added this little wall detail on the bench and the shelves just to make it look more detailed. Then I started putting down a bunch of decorations everywhere, like kitchen items and picture frames. However, I realized I felt like I couldn't really decorate properly until I knew where all the food was going to be placed. So I went over to my stock plot to kind of start gathering all the bloxburg foods that look like you buy them from a bakery, like cakes, pies, breads, cookies, literally so many different items. Then I also placed down some simple kitchen counters and ovens in the back kitchen area, as well as adding a few more details to the main area, and that was pretty much it. So what we're gonna do now is I am gonna sit and kind of put some food into the bakery, because I feel like I can't decorate until I have like the food in here, especially on the shelves. So I got a bunch of it from my stock plot. I feel like I may have went a bit overboard. I feel like the colors of everything don't really match the build kind of vibe very well. However, you can color most of the food. Like for example, the birthday cupcakes, we can change the icing on, and oh my gosh, you can even color the bread, which I didn't realize until like 2 minutes ago. So we can have like different types of bread as well. But yeah, I just got a bunch of things that kind of look like they would be sold in a bakery. I got some gingerbread men, and I know they're kind of Christmassy, but I feel like people eat these all year round. Like if you've ever been to Greg's in the UK, top tier here bakery, I feel like they always have gingerbread men. So I kind of got some of those and the mince pies as well, but I just thought they would be kind of cute. And also I've got these, which are mandazi, and I don't even know if these are pastries or what these are. I need to Google it. They just kind of reminded me of like those things from Princess and the Frog, like the little pastries she would make. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is just kind of start putting stuff in here. And for the smaller ones, if you didn't know, you can actually use the basic kind of shape hack to kind of transform food. So if we ever wanted these to be kind of angled or anything, if we grab a small cube and put this on top, you can transform food on it as well. However, I don't want to have to do that because obviously that means we will be using like 50, 60 little basic shapes and that would kill the plot data. So I am going to try and just place stuff normally to save my plot data as much as possible. But yeah, we're just gonna start adding stuff whilst I yap. I really want one of these cakes in the window. These are so cute. This is one of my favorite bloxburg foods. Earlier today, I was kind of going through, so I have this list, right, where I list down kind of like random things that I think about because I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be good to yap about in a video. And I was doing that today. I was kind of like looking down my list before I recorded and I realized I forgot to talk about something that I wanted to talk about in a video because oh my god, I'm so excited. And this isn't going to be what you're expecting. You're probably going to be like, oh my gosh, what cool thing is happening that we should be excited about? Well, if you've ever heard of the TV show Peppa Pig, last week or something on the news, like literally on the Great British News or whatever it is, they announced that Mummy Pig was having another baby and they had like this Zoom call with her and it was genuinely, it was so funny. Like it was so cute. And I just think it's such a funny thing to kind of have her having another baby. She's apparently having it in like June. I love how I'm talking as if she's a real person. But in my Discord server, we've been like guessing the gender in the name. We're kind of like taking predictions. I think it's gonna be a girl. And the reason I think it's gonna be a girl is I kind of thought it was gonna be one anyways, but then someone said, oh, it makes sense because in the theme song, she says, this is my little brother George. And then if she said like, this is my little sister, it would kind of make more sense in the theme song. So that's kind of like what I'm using to back this up. And then for the name, I don't know if they're gonna kind of like, okay, so obviously Peppa is called Peppa and she's a pig. So it's like alliteration. It both begins with a P. And if you look at the characters in Peppa Pig, pretty much all of them do that. So we have like Susie Sheep, Danny Dog, Pedro Pony, like Rebecca Rabbit. They all kind of have like, their names are the same letter as what animal they are. However, the only one this doesn't work on is George. His name's George and he's a pig. So that's a G and a P. So I don't know if they're gonna kind of name the new baby having a P at the start of the name for pig or if it's gonna be something completely random like George. But if they do use a P name, I think they're gonna call her, oh my gosh, I had like 5 predictions. Oh yeah, so I had Petunia, Penny, Penelope, Piper, or Peggy. Honestly, I think Penny would be adorable. But yeah, let me know down below your guys' predictions. Do you think it's gonna be a girl or a boy? And what name do you think it's gonna have? I'm going with Peggy the pig or Penny the pig. I can't even remember now. Peppa Pig was just such a good show and so was Ben and Holly. Oh my god, I love Ben and Holly. I love Nanny Plum. She's so funny. And Big Bad Barry, the fish. He's one of my favorite characters. I just love British kind of cartoons. Oh my god, I used to love In the Night Garden. Also, these cupcakes, this is looking really cute. Also, I've just noticed the cupcakes are bigger once you take them off the plate. Like, look at that size difference. Oh my god, this is adorable. Oh yeah, the cake counter looks really good as well. And I also added hearts on the wall trims because I think it looked really cute. So these are just like Valentine's heart pillows. And like I said in my sock video, the heart pillows are like my favorite item of all time. I use them so much for detail. They are so useful, which is why I have like nearly 400 of them in here. And then I also have a ton on my stock pot as well because I'm insane. Oh, that's weird. So when you take the normal bread, it kind of goes into like quarters, like these weird little chunks. But if you get the pieces of like the challah bread or the pumpkin loaf, it's kind of like full pieces. That's kind of annoyed me. So I've pretty much finished this kind of like cabinet thing. And what I'm planning on doing for kind of like where you see the cookies and the stuff down here is I'm actually gonna add more on top with basic shapes to kind of look like it's stacked up. But we still have like a ton of different stuff. We kind of have all like the cakes and the pies. So what I really want to do is kind of add more cake stands up here and kind of have them going along here, as well as of course being in the windows because we have a bunch of different shelves to kind of display food. But I do want a bunch in here kind of in like, you know those things they put on top of cakes to kind of keep them fresh? I need to work out how to make a basket so I can put bread in there. What we could do is just kind of shrink this down, and then if we grab some structural pieces, we could kind of slowly piece together a basket. The bread isn't actually that tall. Like, we don't really have baguettes or anything, so this can be pretty small. Let me try with this. If we kind of like, oh my gosh, why is none of it matching up? Okay, if we go like this, we make this kind of like a flatter panel. We transform this onto the side like this, and then if we delete the top, if we do that all the way around, we can have a little basket, even though this is going to take me like half an hour. You know, another thing that I really want them to add maybe for like springtime is kind of like punnets of berries, like strawberries and stuff, like, you know, when you get them in the actual little boxes, because all we have right now is you can pick up a singular strawberry from a strawberry plant, and it's kind of like annoying because I want to have like a little basket of them. Guys, how cute is this for like a little basket? Wait, I kind of want to add something around the top. This has actually worked so much better than I was thinking it would. It is a bit wonky, but oh well. Right, this is gonna go here, and then we're gonna have to grab a basic shape to be able to kind of like put the bread in the basket. Why wouldn't it let me? Okay, here we go. So what I did next was make those case things to go over the cakes and the pies with this clear cylinder basic shape, just to add some kind of more realistic detail. And then after that, I started working on filling up the shelves at the front with food and decorations. I really wanted this to look super cute from the outside, so I added stuff like flowers to make it kind of look properly decorated, like a shop window. However, from the back, the flowers didn't look very great, and the green stems were kind of really annoying me. They were kind of overpowering in the display, so I did end up getting rid of those. But yeah, I decorated it with like gift boxes and stacked up bread loaves and cake kind of stands. And I also used the winter and Valentine's plates as well, which honestly looks so cute. And I did some other details I didn't record, like making a logo and adding some more clutter. I did quite a lot of work on the inside, but you will see all of that in a few seconds. I've been building for quite a while and I've finished quite a lot, so I'm going to show you guys, because from the outside it does look pretty much done, and I genuinely can't remember what I recorded that. And yes, I could go and check my footage, but I am lazy. But this is what the outside is looking like, and I decided to name it Bow Bakery. I don't think I've talked about the name yet. Obviously I try and usually name things kind of like a glossy related word, but I couldn't think of anything beginning with a B that would kind of be relevant, so I just went with bow instead, because of course I love bows and I think it looks really cute. I even added bows kind of like on the awning up here as well. And if we go inside, it's looking also pretty much finished in here too. We do still need to build the kitchen in here, which we're gonna do in a second, but everything else is pretty much finished or nearly finished. It's looking pretty cute. Oh yeah, I wanted to use these lanterns because the shape of them kind of reminds me of are they called eclairs, like those kind of pastry things? So that's what I went for with those. But yeah, we've kind of finished all of the counter area. The menu I made looks really cute. We have a drinks menu. I don't really like this back wall honestly, but there's not much I can do now. I added like this kind of wooden structure around the tables. Like, it's looking pretty good. I think this is super cute. But yeah, what we're gonna do is hop into build mode and just finish the kitchen. So this is what we have for the kitchen so far, and I don't want to overcomplicate it too much, but I do want to make it look more kind of furnished. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of grab stuff out of the kitchen section that we could use in a bakery, like the trays, the stand, all of these kind of utensil thingies. Also, this spoon is really annoying me. This has been like this for years. They've made it too low, so when you place it down, it like goes through the counter. Like, why? Oh yeah, and I want to make a food mixer as well, so we're gonna build one of those in a second. But let's just see what is useful in here, because what we can do in this area is kind of make it look like they're kind of like actively baking things, which is what I do in a lot of kitchens. So we can have kind of like a tray with the kind of food items on it. We can have a mixing bowl, and then we need some like ingredients over here. Oh, maybe some shelves. Oh yes, okay, we're gonna have some metal ingredient shelves over here. Let me just color these. This can go here, the whisk can go here, just kind of randomly adding stuff. We can put some more trays over here, as if there's kind of like loads of stuff coming out the ovens, because, you know, they have a lot of products. They've got to be baking all the time. Here we go. And now we just need to actually make the mixer itself. And I'm going to use the same design I do every single time, which is this one. And if you're curious on how I make this, then I just grab a basic shaped cube, make it kind of rectangle shaped, and then also, hang on, I think I need to make it a little bit bigger, and then a basic shaped cylinder. And we put this on the both ends. So one like like this, and then one like this, and then the same thing again on top, but like slightly kind of bigger like this. So just repeat that again. I feel like I'm really bad at tutorials. And then this kind of cylinder goes kind of up to here. We want to add another one of these up here, then another cylinder up here, just kind of copying the thing for the third time. And then honestly, the top of it's kind of messy. Like even the way I do it doesn't really look the best because it's really hard to kind of get it to all fit in place. But I just grab another cylinder but facing this way, make this small enough to kind of fit lengthways like this, then move this down. Okay, this is too small, but yeah, just kind of add this in like this. It kind of does go through the bottom a little bit, but I feel like we just pretend that's part of the design. And then finally we grab a sphere to kind of put on the end to kind of cover up the mess a little bit, and just kind of add this here, very descriptive, and then another one on this side. This does not look as good as my other one. But what you can also do is if you grab a round rod, you can, oh goodness, you can add this on like this and kind of just add it on the side as little buttons. And that is how I make my mixes, but just a very bad version because I'm rushing it, but it's fine. It's kind of cute. And last but not least, it would not be complete without the mixing bowl. However, in build mode, you can only get like a tiny bowl size. So what I actually do to get a kind of big mixing bowl size is the salad bowl hack. So what you want to do is take a garden salad, and we're just going to make this quickly and then take all the salad out of it once it's done. And then you just get left with the salad bowl, and you can actually wash it so it's not dirty. However, I'm going to cover up the bottom anyways, but it is the perfect size for a mixing bowl. And then the last thing I'm going to add over here is just some kind of dough. So it kind of looks like something's in it. So we're just going to color this like this, make this the size of the bowl, and then we can just fit this in like this. There we go. And it just kind of looks like a more realistic baking setup, I guess. But yeah, there's not much left to do in the kitchen except kind of color everything and then add some things on these trays. So what I'm going to do is finish the kitchen and any kind of other final details, and then I will see you guys for the final tour. I feel like I did finish most of this off camera earlier, but it's fine. So the bakery is finally all complete, and we are gonna have a little bit of a tour because oh my goodness, this thing looks so adorable. I'm actually so happy with this. I love the bows on the awning. I love the logo as well. The details in the window having like the plates and kind of like the food and stuff looks really good. You can't really see it that well because I did thicken up the layers of glass so it was kind of more blurry, if that makes sense, but I think it looks really cute. I love the tables as well. Oh yeah, I changed the chairs instead of having the stools to these chairs, and honestly I think that looks so cute. And like the bread basket, it's just so cute. Okay, it's adorable. I think we've done a pretty good job with the outside. Okay, this is so annoying. Every single time I try and open the door, it thinks I'm trying to change the decal, but we are gonna go inside here. Oh yeah, I added a bow up here as well. But anyways, if we go inside, we have the main bakery area. So we have our little booth tables over here, and I was gonna add some glass on the shelves from this side, but I didn't actually remember to do that. But yeah, we have our little booth areas. I love the wood down the side. I think these look really cozy. We have some pictures. We have another logo here. I'm glad I made the walls wood. I did actually change these to wood at some point, and I think it looks so much better. Then we have our menu board. We have these little shelves. We have the main menu board, which I love so much. I think making it look like kind of like a blackboard where it's kind of like chalked on was a really good idea. And the counter as well, it just looks so cute with all of our food. I think this area looks amazing. If we go behind the counter, we have a bunch of stuff here. So I added kind of like some bread on a cutting board, a microwave, and just some kind of appliances. I feel like the black color of the board goes quite well in kind of separating the colors up a bit, if that makes sense. Like it looks good. And then of course we have our kitchen back here, which is just very simple. I added a few more things off camera, so yeah, it just looks very basic. I didn't want to add too much detail, but I'm pretty happy with that. I added like a vent thing up here as well, but that is pretty much it for the bakery. I'm gonna stand behind the counter for the outro, but that is how I built my bakery, the first build in my brand new Los Angeles series, Los Angeles 2.0, I guess. Of course, let me know what you guys think down below, and let me know any guesses you have for the other buildings in this series. I do have them all planned out already, and I'm curious to see what you guys think is coming. I think I've got some super cute ideas lined up for you. But yeah, that is it for today's video. As usual, all my channel members, nitro boosters, and merch buyers will be on screen now. Thank you so much for joining the channel, boosting the Discord server, and buying my real life merch sign, which is now off sale. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for your support, and in general, I love you all so much, glossettes, and I will see you all later. XOXO, Glossie Gal.